Jose Altuve and Yuli Gurriel hit grand slams as the Houston Astros defeated the host Seattle Mariners 10-6 Friday night. April 12, 2019, Seattle, Washington, USA. Houston Astros second baseman Jose Altuve, 27, hits a grand slam against the Seattle Mariners during the sixth inning at T-Mobile Park. Mandatory credit, Jennifer Buchanan-USA Today SportsIt was the fourth consecutive game in which Altuve has gone deep, and he has 5 home runs over that span. George Springer also homered for the Astros, who extended their winning streak to 7 games. The Mariners had their 6-game winning streak snapped. Tom Murphy hit a solo homer in the 9th inning to extend the Mariners' major league record of consecutive games with a home run to start a season to 16. Mets 6, Braves 2. Brandon Nimmo belted a 2-run homer to highlight his 3-hit performance as visiting New York won at Atlanta. The Mets matched a franchise record by scoring at least 6 runs in their 6th straight game. Jeff McNeil ripped a 2-run double and Robinson Cano and Michael Conforto each had an RBI double for the Mets, who also scored at least 6 runs in 6 straight games in 1997, 1998 and twice in 2007. Georgia native Zach Wheeler, 1-1, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits and struck out 8 to improve to 6-3 in 11 career starts versus the Braves. Red Sox 6, Orioles 4. Eduardo Rodriguez became the first Red Sox starter to win a game this season as Boston held off visiting Baltimore in the opener of a 4-game series. Rodriguez, who entered the 7th having allowed just 1 hit, gave up a 2-run home run to Dwight Smith Jr. with 2 outs in the inning, ending his night. He yielded the 2 runs on 3 hits, striking out 8 and walking none. Entering the game, Boston starters had been 0-8 with a league-worst 8.79 ERA this year. The Orioles dropped their 4th straight game and had lost 8 of their past 9 following a 4-1 start. Phillies 9, Marlins 1. Andrew McCutchen went 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer as Philadelphia routed host Miami. Gene Segura also had 3 hits, and J.T. Real Muto and Bryce Harper each had 2 hits and 1 RBI as the Phillies snapped the 2-game losing streak. This is Real Muto's first game against the Marlins, the team that drafted him. Marlins catcher Jorge Alfaro, who arrived from the Phillies in the Real Muto trade this spring, went 2 for 3 with a run. Jake Arrieta, 2-1, struck out 8 batters in 7 innings to earn the win. He allowed 5 hits, 1 walk and 1 run. Pirates 6, Nationals 3, 10 innings. Pinch hitter Colin Moran hit a 3-run homer in the top of the 10th off Justin Miller on an 0-2 pitch as Pittsburgh prevailed in a back-and-forth contest with Washington. Miller has now allowed 4 homers this year in 7 outings. Moran was batting for Young Ho Kong after Melky Cabrera and Adam Frazier got on base against Matt Grace, 0-1. The winner was Nick Burdi, 1-1, who allowed a double by Howie Kendrick in the 9th but didn't give up a run. Former Nationals pitcher Felipe Vasquez pitched the last of the 10th for the Pirates to earn his 4th save of the season. Rays 11, Jays 7. Austin Meadows and Brendan Lowe homered twice, including 1 each into the 500 level, and visiting Tampa Bay defeated Toronto. The Blasts were the 21st and 22nd home runs hit to the 500 level of Rogers Center since it opened in 1989. Willie Adames added a 2-run homer for the Rays. Luke Miley homered for the Blue Jays, who rallied from an 8-0 deficit to draw within 1 run before the Rays scored 3 in the 9th. Athletics 8, Rangers 6. Chris Davis continued his slugging ways with an 8th-inning solo homer that completed visiting Oakland's rally from a 5-run deficit for a win in Arlington, Texas. It was Davis's 5th home run in his last 3 games and his 10th of the season. His grounder to third base in the 6th inning scored Mark Canha as part of a 4-run rally that included an RBI double from Stephen Piscotty that shrunk a 6-1 Rangers lead to 6-5. In his first game against his former team, A's second baseman Jurickson Profar had 2 hits, drove in Oakland's first run and scored the A's final run, an insurance run in the 9th. Padres 2, Diamondbacks 1. 4 San Diego pitchers retired the final 19 batters. Fernando Tatis Jr. doubled home the tie-breaking run in the 7th inning, and the Padres beat Arizona in Phoenix. Padres rookie Chris Paddock allowed 3 hits and 1 run in 5 1/3 innings. He was pulled after 88 pitches despite retiring 8 consecutive batters following an RBI single by David Peralta in the 3rd inning. Paddock struck out 5 and walked 1 and out, dueling Arizona's Luke Weaver, 0-1. Gerardo Reyes, called up from AAA El Paso earlier Friday, retired both batters he faced to end the 6th inning and get a win in his Major League debut. Adam Warren worked 2 perfect innings before giving way to Kirby Yates, who earned his 8th save. Royals 8, Indians 1. Kansas City hit for the cycle its first time through the order and grabbed its biggest lead of the season in a 6-run first inning en route to a victory over visiting Cleveland. The Royals snapped a 10-game losing streak. Brad Keller, 2-1, gave up 1 run on 3 hits and 5 walks over 6 2/3 innings, with a career-high 10 strikeouts. He has now pitched at least 6 innings in 9 straight starts, the longest active streak in the majors. Alex Gordon had 4 hits, including 3 extra base hits, and 3 RBIs for the Royals. White Sox 9, Yankees 6, 7 innings. Eloy Jimenez snapped a tie with his first career home run, a 2-run shot in the 5th inning, then homered in his next at-bat, in the 7th as Chicago halted a 5-game losing streak with a rain-shortened victory over host New York. In his 46th career at-bat, the rookie left fielder gave the White Sox a 7-5 lead by leaving no doubt about his milestone. Jimenez slugged a 2-2-1 4-seam fastball by Jonathan Holder over the center field fence and onto the netting above Monument Park. The game was halted after a delay in the top of the 7th inning. Brewers 8, Dodgers 5. Yasmani Grandal had 3 hits, including a 2-run home run that gave visiting Milwaukee the lead for good against Los Angeles. Hernan Perez also hit a 2-run homer for the Brewers to erase an early 1-run deficit in the opener of the 3-game series. Matt Albers, 1-0, got the win in relief. The Dodgers received home runs from Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger and Jock Peterson. Cubs 5, Angels 1. Wilson Contreras had 3 hits, including 2 solo home runs, and Chicago won the opener of the 3-game series against visiting Los Angeles, which had its 6-game winning streak halted. Cole Hamels 2-0, gave up 1 run and 4 hits over 8 innings, striking out 6 without walking a batter. Hamels improved to 5-2 and lowered his ERA to 2.63 in his career against the Angels. Anthony Rizzo and David Bote also homered for the Cubs, who have won 2 straight for the first time this season. Tigers at Twins, PPD. The game between Minnesota and Detroit at Target Field was postponed due to a snowstorm. The contest will be made up as part of a day-night doubleheader on May 11th. Field Level Media.